So I want you to answer this question. Answer it in your mind, okay? When you are home, or in a hotel, or at work, or wherever the case, right? Even if you're in a fucking Starbucks, you turn the Wi-Fi on. You trust that it's going to connect your device to the internet. You don't question it. You don't worry about it. You don't waver. Oh my God, is Wi-Fi going to work or is it not going to work? You just trust that when you turn on Wi-Fi, you're going to be connected. Though you cannot see this technology. You can't see it, can't touch it, you can't taste it, but you know it's there. You know it fucking exists because you use it most likely every day. Why do you not trust your manifestation the way that you trust Wi-Fi? Now someone's going to have some smart answer like, oh, well, because the Wi-Fi, I can actually see that it's working on my phone and I can see that it's connected and, okay, yeah, cool. I got it. But just stay with me here on Metaphor Island, okay? Your manifestations and everything in this 3D matrix work the same way. Everything is waves. Please study the double slit experiment in quantum physics, because that will tell you how even particles of matter behave like waves. So there are waves all around you, okay? You're composed of waves. Your SP is composed of waves. Even money is composed of waves. Think about cash, fine, that is condensed, slowed down waves because it's matter. But most of your transactions are happening and you're not even touching the physical bills. You just know that it's there. There's some numbers on the screen and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool, right? You trust that, but you can't see it, you can't touch it, you just trust that it's there. Especially in these times, in my opinion, I think it would be a lot easier to understand how manifesting works because we are so used to things that are intangible helping us out. Maybe in Neville Goddard's time, this wasn't going on, with all the AI and computers and online banking and Wi-Fi and cell phones and everything, right? But in these modern times, it is so easy for someone to trust in things that they don't see, that they are utilizing daily. It's a daily part of mostly everyone's experience to use some sort of unseen energy. Why is it that you can trust these things, but you don't trust that what you want, which is also made up of waves, which are vibrating, you can't trust that your manifestation is already done? You can't see it. No, maybe you don't see it in the 3D at this point, but you don't see the Wi-Fi connection. You don't see the $20 million that your banking app says you have, right? It's there. It's intangible. Why can't you look at your imagination as being the money on the screen, as being the app on the phone that the Wi-Fi is allowing you to access? You can't see your imagination. You can see from your imagination, but you can't see it in 3D until you fucking do. But you're only gonna see what happens in your imagination in 3D if you trust that it's already done, and that even if you don't see it physically, you know that it's still working for you, just like the Wi-Fi, just like the apps, just like everything. The things that you utilize daily, you don't even think twice about. But if it's something in your imagination, you're like, oh, well, how's that going to happen? Oh, but what about this? What? You're not asking motherfuckers what the technology is behind Wi-Fi. I mean, unless that's a fucking hobby of yours and you might already know how that works. You're not asking motherfuckers, oh, well, how is it that I don't see my money, but yet it's in my bank account? Do you see what I'm saying? You're not going around looking for answers as to why these things are working. So why are you going around looking on Reddit, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on all of these pages. You're looking at, Joe Dispenza, you're looking at Neville Goddard, you're reading books and you're doing meditations, and you're doing subliminals, and you're looking for a fix. You're looking for a fix instead of trusting the way that you trust the Wi-Fi. And I know this is a super fucking weird analogy, but if you really think about it, it's not that fucking crazy. Because you trust in the unseen all the time, perhaps daily. In fact, I think most of you have had some trust in the unseen because you're using Wi-Fi. How are you even listening to me right now, right? You can't see that technology, you just know that it's there and it's working for you. When you are searching for answers and you are searching for techniques and all of this stuff, why isn't it here yet? It's not here yet because you don't trust. You don't trust it the way you trust that the Wi-Fi is going to work when you pop it up on your phone. And that's the fucking answer. Because it's all the same thing. It's all waves. It's all waves. And as soon as you make a decision and say, this is what I want, this is who I am, shit is already starting to move. And I mean, you gotta say it. You gotta know it with conviction. You don't have to feel it real. You don't have to feel anything. You just say it and know it with conviction. This is mine. I declare it as such, and that's it. And you trust the way that you trust that the Wi-Fi is going to bring you onto these apps on the fucking internet. And you say, yeah, even though I can't see this shit, I know it works. Because you've done it before. And if you want proof that you've trusted in the unseen before, I have some proof for you. You've made it work before. You've trusted the unseen before. When you believed the shit that was gonna go bad, when you believed the shit was gonna go wrong, you trusted, but there might have been no sign of it occurring in the 3D. Everything in the 3D was normal, okay? Everything was, it was calm, it was, it was peaceful, but you had a story about something. No matter where it came from, it don't fucking matter. You had a story that something was going to go wrong. There was no evidence of anything going wrong. Everything was fine. You kept focusing on this story. You focused on it. Maybe you even were focused on it, saying that you don't want this to happen. You were praying to Jesus. You summoned Jesus, okay? And you said, I don't want this to happen. Please don't have this happen. Oh, shit. And then it happened. Yeah. You did that. And this is a thing where motherfuckers get into manifesting, into conscious manifesting, I should say, because you're always manifesting. You've been manifesting. And I know that if you've done any type of reflection, you've seen how you created all of it. But when you are creating something bad, you trusted that. And it still happened even if you felt like you didn't want it to happen. Because it's not your feelings that manifest, it's your focus and it's your trust in the thing that you're telling yourself in your mind. Just like you trust that the Wi-Fi is going to work, you're not sitting there telling yourself stories about it, right? You're not saying, oh, I hope it works, I pray it works, I'm going to pray to Buddha now to have the Wi-Fi work. No, you're not doing that, right? You just trust it. So when the bad thing popped up in your mind that you trusted, oh yes you did, you trusted that it was going to happen even if there was no sign of it, and even if it was something you didn't want, you were feeling anxious, you were feeling worried, you were just in a whole state of shit funk, and you were focused on it, and it happened. When you understand that your trust in whatever story you're telling yourself is the thing that manifests because you declared it as such and because trust is the ultimate, you want to start aligning yourself with stories that you trust that are bringing good thoughts and good emotions to you. Because your feelings fluctuate throughout the day. Emotions, feelings, potato, whatever the fuck, they don't matter in terms of your manifestation, but I can tell you this, if you have a thought that immediately sparks up some sort of constricted, icky feeling in your physical vessel, you don't want to trust that motherfucker. Oh no. You want to regard that motherfucker as a shady motherfucker in the corner at fucking 3 a.m. trying to sell you some shit out of his jacket. That's how you want to regard those fucking thoughts that make you feel that way. You like, oh, you not to be trusted. You a shady motherfucker. Because things that make you feel bad in your vessel are coming from your ego. And this is why when you can manifest from an ego perspective, you can manifest from a higher self perspective. It doesn't matter. It's where you're focused. So if you're focused on an egoistic story playing out and you're feeling like shit about it the whole while, then the Matrix don't care. The Matrix is neutral. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna just give you this because that's what you want, right? It is sensing that you want it because you're focused on it. It doesn't care how you're feeling. But when you're in that state of a thought popping up and you feel constricted, it is the ego, because the ego has some sort of story around that, or maybe you've experienced something similar before, or you witnessed something that was similar to that before. And the ego, the reason why you get those feelings of shit is because the ego is trying to hold you back. It's trying to hold you back. It's trying to say, whoa, no, don't move, don't do this, we gotta protect ourselves, right? But yet you allow the thoughts to run rampant even though they don't feel good. Why? I don't know. Only you know that. If it feels like shit, you must acquit. You cannot trust that story. And that's how you know. You let it go. You say, this is a lie. This is a shady motherfucker in the alley trying to sell me some shit that I don't want, and I am taking no part in it. And the more you do this, the more you become self-aware of a thought that is producing an unwanted sensation in your vessel, and the easier you can override it in the moment, and you say, nope, I'm not going down that alleyway. I'm gonna stay here on the sidewalk where it's fucking lit up and everything is bright. That is how you train your nervous system and your ego to stop presenting those things to you. So you can have a thought that you don't like, but if you've trained yourself enough to not participate in it, the thoughts are going to become less and less. And then if you even get a thought that you don't like, it at a certain point is not even going to produce a physical sensation in your body that you don't like, because your body is just like neutralized towards it. Your nervous system is neutralized towards it because you've trained your ego and you said, no, we don't need to be afraid of this. I am God. Wherever the fuck I walk, it's fucking peaceful, pleasant, and safe. That's how you do it. But if you're out here trusting a story that when you think about it, it makes you feel like shit, that is coming from your ego. That is not coming from your God self. That is coming from a program of something from before. And because we know that time doesn't exist, there's no before, there's no after, it's only now. The more you train yourself, whenever those thoughts come up, you don't have to go looking for them. I assure you, they will fucking find you. Then you say, okay, I recognize this thought, I don't like it, and I'm not going to proceed down that path. I'm just not going to do it. And this is where the repetition comes. Now, technically, you can just say, you know what, I'm not going to entertain any more of these thoughts. You could say that in one declaration and trust. Remember, like I said, like you're trusting the Wi-Fi, you can trust it once, and it can be gone completely. You can just say, I'm no longer fucking submitting to this. I'm God. You fucking give me a shit thought? Fuck you. Try again. You know? You have to trust the thoughts that are producing a neutral, calm, euphoric sensation in your vessel. And again, I'm going to clarify, your feelings don't matter to manifest, but your feelings are there, in my opinion, as a gauge to show you what to go towards and what to stay away from. It's kind of like playing hot and cold, right? Your desires, you're getting warmer. Oh, if this feels really good, you're getting warmer. But the further away, if it feels like shit, it feels constricted, you're getting colder, you're moving further away from it, because the shit feelings are there as a warning system. You sure you want to come over here? Because I don't think you won't like this if you entertain it too long. You know what I mean? The more you practice not trusting those fear-based ego illusion thoughts, and the more you practice trusting the thoughts that are either being calm or they're pleasant or euphoric or whatever, the easier your physical vessel is going to become accustomed to that, and that will become your natural baseline. So if a situation occurs in the 3D, which is neutral, which everything in the 3D is always neutral, you're not going to immediately have a fear-based constrictive reaction in your vessel. You're just either going to be calm or you'll be like, oh, this means something good, and it's going to be natural. Because in this 3D matrix, we're trained to listen to fear, to be careful, to be mindful, warning, danger, right? All these 3D things. So you're just used to that, you know what I mean? So it's going to be easier at first for some to just follow the fear-based illusion thoughts. So when you train yourself, then now you know that you're not to trust fear, because like I said, fear is that guy in the fucking alley trying to sell you some shit you don't want. You're just going to keep walking. You're just going to keep walking like, oh, okay, I see you. Cool, no problem. How you doing? You might fucking nod at it. You might tip your hat at it. You know what I'm saying? At the fucking motherfucker in the corner. Oh, you're a fear-based thought. Cool, what's up? How you doing? I'm going this way, though. Have a good one. Right? You have to trust, and you have to train yourself to trust the good things the way that you have been programmed to trust the bad things. Again, there's no good or bad, but for the purpose of this video, you know what I mean. And you have to trust it the way that you trust the Wi-Fi. So when you are thinking of your manifestation and it feels calm, it feels neutral, it feels natural, or you feel happy, you feel euphoric, you're like, ooh, I love it, you're feeling all these good sensations in your vessel, that's saying you're getting warmer, you're getting warmer. Again, you don't have to feel anything, but you definitely don't want to be walking around feeling like shit all the time. How you get your feelings to work for you is you explore them. And if something is making you feel constricted or negative or bad, that's a lie. And it's coming from fear. It's coming from the ego. It's coming from programming. When something feels neutral, that is pure God state. If something's making you feel happy, that's great too. Not that happy is a real emotion either, but you're more on the right path with that than you are with something fear-based. So you have to start trusting thoughts that are making you feel neutral, calm, happy, euphoric. And you have to trust, even if they seem like it's like you got unicorns, short and rainbows, you're wearing rose-tinted spectacles, you got the whole fucking pot of gold at the end of the rainbow suit on, okay? You're just in La La Land. If you're feeling pleasant about it, that's the path that you want to stay on, because that's going to get you and your desire to coalesce quicker in the 3D than if you were constricted in fear, because the fear-based, the whole reason why you feel that way in your vessel is to stop you from moving. It's saying danger, danger, do not move, do not take another step. But these euphoric feelings or even inspired action, which you don't really have any feeling at all, you're just kind of like moved with it, like you're just guided to do something, that is the path that you want to go down. So you have to start trusting your neutral, calm, pleasant, happy, euphoric, thought-based feelings more than you trust your fear-based feelings. Because at the end of the day, your feelings matter to the extent that they are a guide to show you what path you're on. But if you didn't have thoughts, you wouldn't even be able to interpret a feeling. So this is why the thought comes first. Just like you have the thought, you want to go on your phone. There's no real feeling associated with it, right? I mean, you have a thought, I want to go on my phone, okay? And that's what you do, and you trust that the Wi-Fi connection will work. So if you have a thought, yeah, I have my desire now, it's all good, and it feels good, it feels neutral, then that's what you go with. You have to understand this. Your feelings matter in terms of them being a guidance system of showing you hot and cold, but they don't matter in terms of your manifesting. This is why you can be feeling like shit, but if your thoughts are in alignment and you're just understanding that these are emotions processing through you, but your thoughts are in alignment with what you want, and you're not attached to the feeling, you just look at them for what they are, you're closer to your desire than if you were to let your feelings run away with you. So you don't want your feelings to kidnap your fucking thoughts. because the thought is the commander. The feelings must submit to the thought. That is just what it is. Consciousness comes first. Conscious mind is thought. Subconscious is second. Subconscious is the feeling. And when you merge these two together in the place of true neutrality, there is no emotion associated with that. There's not even really a thought associated with that. It's just a knowing. And knowing is the purest God state. But how you get to the knowing is by trusting thoughts that either don't make you feel like shit, they feel neutral, they feel calm, or they feel happy, or they feel pleasant. You have to start training yourself to trust those and utilize these emotions for what they are. They are a tool to help you get what you want, but they are not getting you what you want. Your alignment and your focus mentally is what's getting you what you want. So if you are feeling like shit, you have to trust that the thought that you're having is not real. Those feelings are not real, and you let them process out. And then you say, okay, what's going to get me back to true neutral? Whatever the fuck thought it is, whatever activity it is, you get yourself back to true neutral. And then you start thinking about your desire from there. And then you might start feeling giddy or happy, euphoric, or you might just feel calm and at peace. And that's perfect. And then you say, this is natural. Trust is natural. Fear is false. It's not real. Because when you are in the God state, you don't fear anything, because you know that you are everyone. You know that you are everything. So what is there to fear?